No, what are we going to do today? Today we're gonna build some Christmas effect here. We have some snow falling from the top and also some winds over here. It's gonna randomly push the snow particle, as you can see it here, kind of blown away from its default directions here. Yeah, Sean, good. I don't think you can do it. Yes, let's get started. Let's get started with a completely brand new project here. So let's say Christmas. I'm gonna open it with VS Code here. We're gonna need a index HTML. We also need a JavaScript file. I like to name it the entry file as an index. And we're gonna need a style sheet also. I'm gonna say index.css here. I like to name it index because it's the entry point here, the entry file here. So gonna hit some exclamation and press tabs to give us the HTML template. For the title, we're gonna say Christmas. You spelled Christmas wrong. No, it is not a Christmas you expected, but it's Christmas. We also, I'm gonna link it to our style sheet here. I'm say link. For the HTML, it's gonna be index CSS here. I'm gonna link it to our JavaScript file. So it's gonna be script text. So it's gonna be index.js. I'm gonna use the modern JavaScript here. So let's say Thai modules here. Right. I didn't need a Thai module. I don't need a normal JavaScript because it is convenient to use import and export in modern JavaScript in a modern browser. We're not doing legacies here. Okay. We also need a canvas, our play to draw here. Canvas element. That's it. Let's see what we got here. And I'm gonna use a live server extensions. Let's see what we got. It's gonna open a port 5000 and that's it. A completely blank new HTML project. I don't like light screen. I don't like light mode. So I'm gonna go to the CSS and grab everything. And say padding 0 here. Margin 0 also. And box sizings. Also border box. What I just did is to normalize our style sheet. Why did you do that? Because every browser gonna implement a slightly different padding or margin depending on their style, their lightness. So I'm gonna tell every browser here that I'm not playing around here. I like the padding 0, the margin 0, and the box sizing is border box. Everything. Okay. And I'm gonna grab the body. Yeah, grab the body by the background. The background is kind of grayish. So it'll be 36. It's kind of gray. And I want our body to take all the available screen size. It's gonna be H100 VH. And that's it. No, my turn you say with 100 viewport or something, because body is a block level element. It's automatically gonna take the whole width. You don't have to do that. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's completely gray. It's completely dark background. You see, we don't have to add the width 100 viewport width or something. Okay, I learned a lot today. And how about canvas element? Okay, for the canvas element, I'm gonna grab the canvas by the elements. I'm gonna set the border to 1 px, solid and gray. Why don't you use number? Nah, it's not important here. I don't have to type 26 every time, man. So back to okay, you see, I want to put it in the middle. No, we don't do that here. We're gonna spread our canvas wide open by the JavaScript. Why you spread it? You like to spread the wing here? No, I spread the canvas, not spreading some legs. Okay, back to our JavaScript. Grab that canvas. So canvas, man, and equal to document query selector. Grab the mighty canvas. You can't grab them by the canvas. I want to grab them by something else. Man, calm your dirty mind. We don't do that here. So I'm gonna set this width, the whole width of the viewport here. Canvas, not canvas. Canvas width. It's gonna be inner width, and I don't know how to spell inner width. So window element gonna help me here. Yeah, I wanna know inner width. The canvas edge, it's gonna be window inner edge. How can you don't know how to spell inner width and inner edge? Because I'm a programmer. I don't know how to spell, man. I don't even remember what I ate last week. I ate this morning. How can I gonna remember inner width or inner edge? It's kind of a lot of information. I don't want to put that kind of information into my head, you know. Okay, can you draw something onto your canvas here? Okay, let's see. It's working or not. Yes. The thing, if we have something like this, it's kind of annoying and kind of what? Kind of annoying. Yeah, it's annoying and hard to see here. It's not clean. Not clean. Gonna make it clean by going to the CSS and our body set the overflow to hidden. Everything gonna be high. Thing from here. Yes. Kind of good looking here. Back to our script file to draw something here. So I'm gonna say that let's draw some balls here. Draw some ball. Yeah, ball with us. We have a lot of balls here. How can we draw some ball with canvas element? Yes, that's the trick here. We're gonna need an agent to do that. What kind of agent? It's called context 2D. So we're gonna use that context a lot. I'm gonna use shortcut here. Let's say context CTH and canvas get context 2D. Yes. Why don't I use 3D? I don't know how to use 3D. 2D it is today. Today it is 2D. For 3D, I don't know how to do it yet. You got what I mean? Nghe. You got Dharma. I'm gonna go to another channel who can draw 3D. Man, please stay here. It's gonna be someday. So it's gonna be someday, man. How about 3D? To draw some ball first. We're not gonna draw it directly. It's kind of tricky here. So let's say context begin part, yeah, gonna tell the canvas that I'm about to draw some things here and some arcs here to draw a full cycle with an arc, actually an arc, and the x y element here is the center of our arc here. So the center, I want it to be the center of our canvas. It's gonna be canvas width multiplied by 50%, and canvas height 50% also. For the radius, for now I'm gonna set it to 15. We're gonna change it later. Start angle. I just want to tell you that the contact and the arcs API, they use radian coordinate. So everything must be radian here. Start angle, start from 0, and the full cycle is gonna be 1 pi. Yeah, it is what I'm talking about, the radian coordinate multiplied by 2 with the full cycle. And let's see what we got here. We're gonna see nothing here. You see? You can draw 2D and you tell me that to draw 2D. It's not about a ball. To fill it up, to tell the context, to draw something, we have to tell it. Hey man, you gotta fill it. I tell you the arc definition and you have to fill now, okay? And finally, we get to close that part there. And see, I don't see some ball in the HTML. I'm gonna kill you, man. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yes, it is a black ball. A black ball, man. You like black ball? No, but it is the default color. I'm not gonna lie, it's the default color. You like black ball. So to change the color, we have to say that the tell context that we need a fill style to be, and it is the color. We can say directly it white here, and voila, a completely full cycle white color. You got what I mean, right? So for the color, I don't like that kind of naming color, and because I remember what the white mean in this hash coordinate. So it's gonna CE here. And if you guys wondering why I have that color picker on a JS file, I'm using the extensions here. It's called what? Please wait. No, it's not same there. It is. This extension gonna allow you to pick up any color from a JS file, from every file you set it to grab it. So it's the magics here. It's the one that can do all the magics. If you download it, you can have the color picker in your JS files. Good man, you are a good man, and I like you for that. Yes, please don't go anywhere. We're gonna build a snowman, man. So, because I'm a lazy developer here, I'm not going to do this step every time I want to fill some cycle. I want to draw some balls here. Gonna take a lot of time, and the thing is, I don't even remember how to do it. Normally, I had to go to the website and go to check how to draw some balls here. So, gonna need a function. So let's say the utility function and draw.js here. You see, I'm gonna export that function fill some ball. Okay, but it's not a good name, so we fill cycles here. And so the reason why I'm using a module type here, because I can export that function here. It's more than JavaScript and it's convenient. So please use it. Use that type module here. your life will be easy and easier. Cut everything from here and paste it here. I'm gonna say that it's good. So what do we need? We need a context as an argument here and some starting point, the center of the cycle here. It's gonna be center of our cycle. I'm struggling to name it here. Should I put it as a center or center X and center Y? And we also still need the field color, so it's gonna be color, and that's it. So our color here should be replaced by the field style here. For the center X should be here, center Y should be here, and we don't have to repeatedly do all that stuff. So back to our index, gonna say field cycle, gonna say, you see, it grab it automatically. I don't have to manually import it here. It grab it by the file name, and then you grab it by something else. Man, please leave your dirty mind out of here. I'm grab it by the file name. I'm not grab it by something else. We're gonna need. Okay, it doesn't tell me what I'm gonna need for that function. So the trick is to tie some comma, and you see, gonna tell her we need a context. We also need the center of our cycle, gonna be canvas width by 50% and canvas edge by 50%. Also the color gonna be that. What is the colors again? Yes. So what do we got here? An error. So it is error. You dumb again. You don't know what you are doing, and you expect me to tell you? Holy shit, man. The reason why we are having that error HTTP score when we are using import export in the modern JavaScript, it's gonna need that extension. You see, if it's not working, I'm gonna leave you for sure, man. I like to draw ball, but I don't like to wait it that long. Okay, let's see what we got. And still wrong. Why is that? I don't know. Let's go to our cycle function. So in the context, and everything seems to be working fine. Why it is wrong? What's wrong with me? I'm gonna do it again. You damn I'm not gonna say. You're wasting my time here. Okay, let's see what we got here. And some error. The error says that you dumb, you don't have to say something, you don't know how to draw. Draw was a popular because this allows me meme time. Okay, this is because when we're using a time module in a JavaScript, we're gonna need to add that JS extension. Otherwise, we don't know. It is gonna be the text file. We want to tell them it is a JavaScript file, not a text file. We're gonna import that from the JavaScript file. Okay, and you do it wrong again, I'm gonna leave you for sure and dislike your channel and block your channel. Okay, Here we go again, and I want to say it is 100% working. Not, you don't have to live. I'm such a good smart boy here. And error, get dumb. You make me look. Action here. So I'm gonna leave you for sure. I'm gonna go to another channel. Okay, canvas rendering. Okay, you don't see it. I'm gonna inline it. I'm gonna we all see what's going on here. We're gonna need a 5 argument here, but I passed it 4. So let's see what we're getting wrong here. Go to the cycle function. You're dumb. You had to accept it, man. XY radius. Okay. What the radius here gonna be 15. I forgot the radius, man. I'm sorry for that. So it's gonna be radius as an argument here, and put that radius in here. Back to our index. We're gonna need that radius. So it's gonna be 15. And this time it's gonna work. If it not work, you can go, man. You can go. It's gonna work. Yes, because I know it is working. Okay. You know what? It's kind of annoying. I had to put the CTH, and it's kind of long at the same time again. I don't know. I don't like it. Can you do something about it? I don't want to fill the CTH as an argument every time I call this cycle function. I want it to be the default value here. Okay, to solve that problem, we're gonna need a state file. And why statement? Why net? I don't like statement. A state gave me headache. There's no choice here, man. Why don't you use CTH as the global variable here? You can access it from a field cycle function here, because we are using the time module script here. When we are using the time module script, we cannot access that CTH globally. No, I don't believe you. You show me, man. Okay, gonna delete that CTH here. Also in here too. So normally we can access it, but let's see what we got here. You see, the CTH is not defined here, which means CTH is not available for everybody. To access it from every file, we're gonna need a state to do that, man. I'm gonna need a drawing for that, man. Imagine that we have a index.js here, index.js here, and that index.js gonna talk to another file, let's say drawing.js here also. That index file want to pass information to the drawing file. So by default we're gonna import that. For example, if we're gonna import that drawing to our index file, and when the drawing.js gonna need information from the index, they're gonna import that index file. So what we got here, we got an infinite loops happens here. Our application gonna be broke. Not good, man, not good. Now I understand it. So we need what? State. Yes, we need state for that. To resolve that kind of issue, we're gonna need state for that. So whatever happened, the index file want to pass information to the drawing. It is not gonna pass it directly, gonna pass it to the state. And when the drawing gonna need information from the index file, gonna pull it from the state. Okay, good, man, good. What did you call it? For the kind of diagram, I'm gonna call it DTF. Okay, man. What does it mean? Nghe that. DTS mean. What does the DTS mean? The DTS here, I'm gonna call it data transfer. I don't know it with is or without is, man, but I'm gonna leave it without a data transfer feature. You got it, right? You got what I mean, right? No, I don't got it. I got everything what you mean by state, why you need state or something like that, but I don't got why DTA mean, and your DTA mean is so disappointing, man. And I don't know, man. Leave it. This is what I got for you, man. Okay, back to our VS Code here. So we're gonna need that state file here, state.js here. So it's gonna be export. It's gonna be the count state. We can use a capitalized letters here, but I don't like capitalized letter. We can use a low caps here. Our state gonna have the canvas for now. Canvas for now gonna be undefined. We also need gonna hold context here. It's gonna be undefined. So how do we pass context to the statement? To do that, we're gonna import that state here. State dot context is gonna be our context here, and also state dot canvas, also our canvas from the below, from the above. And to access that context, gonna go to our cycle function and let's say something like gonna put the context at the end of our argument here, and say if we don't pass that context, we cannot find the context. So our context is gonna be state, gonna pull it from the statement, and this need to be .js also. So let's see what we got here, and voila, it's no error here, right? Yes, very good, man, very good. Our project's gonna become bigger, and it's gonna be large, so large. So I'm gonna clean up our canvas here. What I like to do is gonna create a canvas file here, .js, and gonna export that function. Let's say init canvas here, and inside that canvas we're gonna copy everything here, cut it, and gonna paste it here. So we got a canvas, grab it by the query selector. We set the height and width. We're gonna set that state canvas. Okay, it sounds good to me. So back here we don't need that state. The field cycle, go back to our field cycles, man. Where is state for that? Okay, sounds good. Let's see what we got here. And error, canvas is not defined here. Okay, because it is not defined here. We need to pull it from somewhere. Oh, I think we're gonna need to init that the state first. So gonna init that canvas here, and also from that gonna need state. Let's say canvas, not canvas, canvas. It's gonna be our state dot canvas, and for context gonna be state dot context here. Let's see what we got here. And state is not defined, canvas is not defined. We export it here, and also we pull it from here. Canvas. Everything seems to be working the way I need canvas. Oh, okay, because we don't import the state here. Okay, we need to import it here. Gonna be okay from now. And so finally we could render some cycle on our screen. Yes, but at what cost? You spend a lot of time just to render some bicycle on the screen. Not even a black ball here. Yes, but we got a clean code here. Everything is as it belongs here, man. Yeah, but I want to see some snow. To do so, we're gonna need a snow class here. That is snow.js. I'm gonna export a class here. Export a snow class with a capital letter to make we understand about our snow particle. I'm gonna bring up some drawings here. I want to talk about JavaScript canvas coordinate here. For x direction, gonna start from left to right. In y direction, start from top to bottom, just like so. So it's gonna be x direction and y direction. And this is our snow particle here. For our snow particle, we have x coordinate and y coordinate. We also need a radius for our snow particle to keep track how big our snow is. And this gonna be radius. We also need a snow speed to understand where it's going. So velocity along each direction and velocity along the y direction. I think that is all for our snow particle. So we're gonna need a x coordinate, y coordinate, its radius to keep track of how big and how small our snow is, and the velocity along each direction, velocity along the y direction. So I'm gonna go back to our VS Code. We're gonna need a constructor function here. Constructor, and that constructor gonna need x position, y position, radius, and velocity h, velocity along y direction. We need to set that property to our snow particle here. So it's gonna be h this.h gonna equal to h from our arguments here. I just want to clarify that this is the instance of our snow particle, and the x here is completely different from the h here. Our x here is we got it from our argument, and we set it to our snow particle here, and this y it's gonna be y. The same for radius, gonna be our radius. Velocity x gonna be vh, and velocity y gonna be vy, and our snow colors gonna be y. And for our snow color, I don't want it. I don't want to get it from our argument, because we only have one color here, and we don't want to set another color to our snow. For next, we're gonna need a function to render our snow. So it's gonna be render gonna be render just like so. To render it, we're gonna call a field side call function ch. This is gonna be our x property and gonna be y property. The radius gonna be our radius property, and color gonna be this color, and we don't have to provide cth. Context is actually a default value from now. Let's put our snow to the test. Gonna test it with our index here. Let's say snow particle. This is gonna be our snow, and this is how we instantiate our class here by typing new and snow. For the x position is gonna be canvas.width, and as you can see, we don't have an auto completion here. To resolve that problem, I'm gonna tell VS Code that this canvas is actually a canvas HTML element here. So go to our state here and just add some Thai stock JS docs here. Gonna say that Thai HTML canvas element, and for our context gonna be the same Thai canvas rendering to the context. And just like that, we're gonna have that auto completion here. Width multiplied by, for now I'm gonna say that with 10%, and device coordinates gonna be canvas h something like 10% also. For the radius, I'm gonna say 15 here for now. Velocity along x-axis gonna be 0 and y-axis gonna be 3. Now that we have our snow particle, our snow object, we're gonna what? Gonna render our snow. Okay, render just like that. And let's see what we got so far. And yes, this snow here is created by our class, and this snow here created by our functions in a completely different two types of objects here. Let me show you what we got here. I'm gonna log our snow. It's gonna be snow here. Yes. And just like that, we have our snow particle. Yeah, man, you have created snow, but it is not even snow. It's just a ball, a white ball on the screen. I want to see our snow falling, not just some ball not moving at all. I want to see our snow move. Okay, to see our snow move, gonna need another function. Let's say falls here, our snow fall. What do we mean by fall? To update our snow positions along x-axis, is gonna be this x equal to our previous position added by its velocity along x-axis. And we can write it shortly, just delete this and like this. This means that we add the previous h by its velocity. We're gonna do the same by y-axis. This the by here. So go to our index file here and say that snow.fall here. Gonna call that function, and let's see what we got here. I don't see your snow moving. You are a liar, man. Actually, it has been moved, but we just don't know it because it's not moving. To create an illusion of snow moving, we're gonna need an animate function here. before we continue, I'm gonna talk a bit about animations. For example, we see a ball moving from point A to point B. What actually happened here is when the screen refresh, it's gonna delete the previous ball, and then it's gonna update the current ball. So we only see our current balls here, and the next time when the screen refresh, it's gonna delete the previous ball and update our current ball. And as a result, we're gonna see an illusion, a ball moving from point A to point B. Check out what I mean, right? There is no ball moving at all. It's just an illusion. Our screen refreshes so fast, and we see the ball moving from point A to point B. And I got a question for you. Do our reality is an illusion too? I don't know, man. When I am hungry, I feel sad. It's pretty much reality to me. And how about sad? Is it illusion too? I don't know why. I don't know, man. You should ask your wife. She cry a lot, man. So you better go back to coding than ask me about illusion or reality. Okay, let's go back to our index. In JavaScript, to access and even when the screen update, it's called a window request animation. So I'm gonna say function animations here, and inside that function we're gonna need that screen refresh events here. It's called window. I don't know how to spell window request animation frame. Yes. And inside that function, it's gonna need the callback function. So our callback function gonna be that animation function. And what actually happened here, when the screen refresh, it's gonna call that animation function, and that animation function, when it run to this line, gonna call that animation function, and as a result, it's gonna create an illusion or something happen here, but in reality, there's nothing happen. So first thing, we need to clear our canvas here and update canvas. I'm gonna say renders canvas. Render canvas, and finally we're gonna update position. So to clear our canvas, all we need to do is get our context, clear rectangles here, and the argument x and y here, the starting point is gonna be 0, 0. It's on the top left of our screen. And for the width, it's gonna be canvas width, and height gonna be canvas height here. Canvas height, yes. And it's gonna clear everything inside our canvas. The next thing is we need to render our snow here. Snow, render. And to make our snow move, all we have to do is snow.fall, and that's it. And I don't think we need this function anymore. So let's test what we got here. Okay, it happened so fast, and nothing more. And why is that? There's no error, no move at all. The reason why it's not moving, because because we don't call that animation function yet. Animations, gonna call it here. So gonna move here. Yes, we got our ball moving, man. We got our ball moving here in an achievement here, man. And so far we made a single snowdrop. The thing is, it's gonna continue dropping to the externity. Yeah, it's go deep, but I don't think it is go deep enough for me. I want it to go deeper for me. And let me show you what actually happened behind the scenes here. Behind the scene, what actually happened is we have a canvas here, and we also have our snow particle. It's dropping until we did not see it. What is the condition when we don't see our snow? It is when its y-coordinate is equal to its canvas height. Let's say canvas height plus the snow radius here, radius. So when I reach this condition, I like to reset its snow particle on top of our canvas here. I want to reset it a y coordinate randomly, and also want to reset it x coordinate randomly also. So back to our VS Code, we're gonna need that random function. So let's say math.js here, and I like to have a random objects. So let's say a constant cons random object. Inside our random object, I like to have a function to give me a random number between 0 and 1, and also a float number between n1 and n2. We also need to have a random integer between 1 and n2. For a random number between 1 and 0 and 1, let's say random, it's gonna be return our good old math randoms here. For a float function between n1 and n2, it's gonna return n1 plus and decay between n1 and n2, n2 minus n1, and multiply by math random here. For the random integer between n1 and n2, let's say integer n1 and n2, this is gonna return our float function, but we had to round up around our float functions here. We can say this dot float n1 and n2, but I like to eliminate this because it's kind of confusing for somehow. We can also say our random objects directly here and float n1 and n2, just like so. So we got our random function. Go back to our snow class here. We're gonna need a function to constrain our snow particle. So let's say functions constrain me, and the function gonna need a snow particle. Let's say snow here. I'm gonna tell VS Code about its type. So let's say it's gonna be the snow class here, and the condition when we don't see our snow particle is its y coordinate is bigger or and equal to canvas. It's gonna be state canvas dot h plus its snow radius. Yes, when our snow particle reached its condition, we need to reset this is snow particle. We need to reset it a y coordinate, so gonna snow y coordinate gonna be our random object. It's gonna be, yes, our random object, and it's gonna be random integer between 0 and snow radius, maybe 3 times or 4 times. It's gonna be minus. For the snow x coordinate, it's gonna be random between 0 and canvas. Width. That's okay. You need to call it here, and constrain me here. Constrain me pass our instance this. So let's see what we got here. Okay. When we don't see it, it's gonna randomly generate it on the top of our canvas. It's just like magic here. Back to our VS Code. I like to clean this up also. So we're gonna need a function, let's say function next move. We're gonna need a snow here. Gonna cut it here, pass it here, and this here is gonna be our snow. Call it here next move, and this. That's it, and it's still working. We need to generate a lot of snow, a lot of snow particles here. So let's go back to our VS Code and go to index.js, and here I'm gonna say snow particles. It's gonna be an empty array for now. And how many snow particles do you like? Like a million snow particles. Okay. For that I equal to 0 and I less than 150, so it's gonna be increment. Not even a thousand. No, you liar. Yeah. And we're gonna push our snow particle. That push our new snow particles here. Let I digest it line by line here. I think it. Okay, put some comments here. And this part is let's say it's gonna be the what? Exposition is gonna be randomly. We need to generate it randomly between our canvas width. So it's gonna be random integer between 0 and canvas width. It's gonna be state. We don't have that state yet, so we need to import it. Just spread shapes like so, and we got it here. It's the beauty of VS Code. And gonna be canvas. It's gonna be width. We don't have that width property, so what I like to do is go to our state and width here, just like so. This is called a calculated property. We don't have to calculate it each time, so we just need a calculate function here, and gonna be return that state dot canvas dot width, and we also need the calculated height also. It's gonna be H, and this gonna be H, just like so. To call it, we only need width here. We don't execute it here just like so. No, we don't execute it just like that, because it's a property. It's not a function. Let me show you that. It is a getter function. It's a getter function. We call it just like that. We don't instantiate it here. We don't do that. If you do that, it's gonna we're gonna get an error here. So random integer between 0 and canvas width, and H is gonna be random, gonna be 0 and snow radius. What is snow radius here? Let's say 13 multiplied by, I'm gonna need that constant here. Let's say radius. So it's gonna be radius, between radius 3 or 4 times. Let's say 4 times. Gonna say, and minus. We need to put up at the tops of our canvas, and this what is minus mean. For 13 here is a radius. For the radius, I want to have a random number also. It's gonna be between 2 and 9. Okay, let's say it's event. For velocity y, this is y velocity, isn't it? X velocity gonna be 0, and the velocity y is gonna be random number also, random between, it's gonna be integer between 1 and 3. Now that we have our snow particles here, we need to render it. Gonna say snow particle. For each particle, we're gonna be render it here. We don't have that auto intelligence here. So to get that into auto intelligence, auto completion, we need to tell VS Code that it is actually a snow particle. It's gonna import it from the snow.js here. It's gonna be our snow class array. Just like that, we're gonna get a auto intelligence here. p.render. Isn't it beautiful, man? It's kind of easy to understand. It's kind of it's just like magic here. VS Code is the best, man. We're gonna render it. After render, we also need to update its position. It can make it for, and we don't need it here. We also don't need the snows here also. Field article is, we don't need it. And let's see what we got. Yes. The thing is, it's kind of we have a group of snow. It's not random enough for device coordinate. So here it's gonna be state.h. Let's say so. Okay, it's kind of random enough. You see, we got a lot of snow falling from our canvas, just like my checks here. And if you don't like the snow radius, you can change it here. It's gonna be, if we don't use this radius, it's gonna be here. So let's say 6. And again, beautiful. Beautiful. So you know what? I like to clean up this piece of code also. To do that, let's go to our snow, and let's say function init snow, just like that. To do that, we need to store our snow particle in our state, and let's say particle here. And this is gonna be empty array for now, and we need to tell VS Code that it is indeed a snow particle array. So I'm gonna, let's say, type, and gonna import it from our snow.js here, and it's gonna be our snow class array, just like so. And back to our index, gonna cut everything here and paste it here. Everything seems to be okay. For random, I don't think we have that random function. So okay. State, we have that state. Okay, it seems to be working fine. And lastly, we need to put it into our state dot snow particle. It's gonna be our snow particles here, and just like that, we instantiate it in here. Go back to our index, and below our init canvas, gonna init snow. We don't have that function, we're gonna import it here. We don't have that. We can't import it because we don't export it here. We need to export, man. Export it here and import it here. Gonna press tab. We don't need the function. Gonna clean up this. Also don't need this part and snow. And this snow particle is gonna be our state particles here. And just like that, we don't have any errors. Yes, finally we get a snow working. It's kind of too much for me. A lot of snow particle, and when we put it into our website, it's gonna be so much. We can reduce our snow particle by, let's say, it's gonna be 99. For the velocity, it's kind of fast. Our snow moving fast. Gonna say, go back to here, and velocity is gonna be 0.3 to 1.2. Let's see what we got. Yes, it's kind of good looking for me, and maybe it is not the integer here, because we need a float here, 0.2 to 1.2. Yes, random enough. Beautiful. Good man, but I like our snow particle to be blown away. So, what is wind? Wind is something that can be blown. I like to be blown by wind. What? Because when I'm blown by the wind, I feel happy. What have I done in my past life to hear such a thing, man? So gross. I think I choose the wrong career here. What are you going to do then? You gonna pay my win? I give you $5. What I mean is that, what is win by programming here? So let's say we have a, remember guy, the x coordinate start from left to right. Y coordinate gonna be top to bottom. This is gonna be Y coordinate and X coordinate, and we have a canvas here. Make it bigger. So we're gonna represent the rectangles as our wind there. Our wind has a X coordinate and also Y coordinate. I just want to make sure that our winds, the X coordinate is at the center of our wind and Y coordinate at the center of our wind also. Our wind also has a width and height property, and this wind can be moved along x-axis. It's gonna be a Vx and Vy. So when the wind move from left to right, and the moment we don't see, we can't see our wind, the condition should be its x position, x coordinate gonna be bigger and equal to the canvas width, plus the 50% of the wind's width gonna be width. Okay, that's it. Okay, go back to our index.js here. We're gonna need a class for that. So let's say winds here, wind.js. Gonna export class winds. Gonna be wind and constructor. And for our winds, what is the properties of our wind? Our winds class gonna has a width, so it's gonna be this width, and it's gonna be random, and you don't have to forget the extension.js here, otherwise we're gonna get an error. So random integer between, let's say, our width 12 to 24 for now, and gonna have stat h property. H property is gonna be randomly between, I like to be kind of big here, 17 to 20 to 34, something like that, 35. With h, we're gonna need an x coordinate. So our x coordinate gonna be what? I want to instantiate our wind outside of our canvas, so it's gonna be random between 0 and, let's say, state dot width here. It's gonna be minus here. It's gonna be completely random, plus this dot width. Okay, and for the y coordinates gonna be, it's gonna be randomly between 0 and canvas h. 0 and canvas h. It is alright. Maybe we need to back up a little with it h, this dot h. And just like that. For the color, we might not this color, but for now, let's say it's gonna be blue, and the opacity is not so much here. So we also need a function to render our winds here. So let's say render, and this is gonna be .js. To render the rectangle, what do we need? We need a context. Let's say we need a context. We need to have a context. It's gonna be state dot context here, and to render rectangle, we need to say it begins path. We need to tell our canvas we are about to render some things here, and context to fill context dot fill style. It's gonna be this color, and context dot fill rec or rec, maybe rex here. We need an x coordinate. X coordinate is the top left of our rectangle, so it's gonna be this dot x minus this dot width multiplied by 15%, and for the y number here is gonna be the top left of our y coordinate. It's gonna be this dot y minus this dot h multiplied by 50%, and width is gonna be this width, and h this h, just like so. I'm gonna save it here. It's kind of hard to see here, and the trick here is just put some comment here. So you're gonna auto format here, gonna be beautiful. And finally, we need to close our part. Close part here. I think this is all. Go back to our index.js. Let's test what we got here. So let's say some wins. It's gonna be our new win, and just like that, we need to render it here. I think win is not a function. Yes, it is not a function here. Gonna be render. It is an instance of our class, so we need a render function. We don't see it because we instantiate our win at the top, the left of our canvas. To see it, we need to, for now, let's say our x coordinate is gonna be, we don't have to put the minus here. We don't see it because we forgot to tell our context to fill it, and we still don't see it because okay, it is here. You see it? It is here. Again, it is here. Our win is so small. I'm about to share that you are dumb, but luckily you are not dumb, man. You see, we got our win, but it's small. I'm gonna need it to make it bigger. So our h is gonna be 10 times bigger. And let's see what we got here. And yes, so make it go to the left again. We don't see it. Okay, that's good. We need a function to move our wins. Gonna say moves here, and to do that, this x position is gonna be moved by certain speed. So we need to put our speed here. This that speed gonna be, for now, let's say 3, and velocity along x-axis vh is gonna be 3. This that speed and velocity along y-axis vy is gonna be 0. So this x gonna be this dot vx, and the plus and equal here, it means that we are adding this velocity to the previous x position. We need to do that along y-axis also. So y coordinate is gonna be vy, and I think that's it. Back to our index, we need to win that moves here. So let's see what we got here. Yes, and also when the winds go out of our canvas, we need to constrain it also. And back to our winds here, and we need a function. Before we need a before we constrain it, I need to clean up this part. Let's say function next move, gonna need a winds here and pass it here just like this. Gonna be our wind and call our wind next moves here. It's gonna be this. So constraint functions, it's gonna be constraint me. We need our wind instant wind. To tell VS Code that it is a wind, the instant of our wind class, we need to say that it is a params and wind. It's gonna be our wind class here. The reason I am doing that because we need the auto completion of our winds, particularly our wind argument here, and to constrain it whenever the winds x positions is bigger or equal to our canvas width plus the wind width, yes, multiplied by 50%. It's just like our snow particle when we don't see it and along y-axis, but this time it is along x-axis. So when the coordinate of our wind is bigger than our width plus the width of half our wind's width, we gonna reset our wind. To reset it, we're gonna say everything the same here. Reset x, y coordinate. Maybe we need to reset it velocity. Need to reset it width and height also. Do you know what? I'm gonna create a function that say functions init winds, reset winds, and this function is gonna need the wind, the instant of our wind, and I'm gonna copy everything here. And replace this with the wind. Gonna press some Control D several times and wind, just like so. That's gonna be okay. So gonna delete everything and say reset wind. It's gonna need this. Let's see what we got here. Yes, it's working. So back to our constraints me. It's gonna be reset wind here. It's gonna need our wind, and also we need to call it here constraint me with this. So let's see what we got here. Okay, we don't see it. Yes. And now we have our wings moving. It's kind of moving so fast here. Gonna say our speed gonna be randomly between, gonna be a float function here, between 0.5 to 1.5 here, 1.7. Let's see what we got here. Yes, it's kind of looking good here. Your wind is low. But I feel nothing, man. I want our snow to be blown away. Can you do that? To do so, let me bring back our drawing. I'm gonna I have something to explain there. Again, our canvas coordinates start from left to right and top to bottom. This is gonna be the y-axis. It's gonna be x-axis. We have our canvas here, and inside our canvas we have our winds as a rectangle and snow as a round object here. I'm gonna make this bigger here. For the collision detection between a rectangle and a round object, it's kind of hard. Let's say rect vs round, it's gonna be hard. But for the rectangle and the rectangle, it's gonna be fairly easy. So we cannot. I'm not gonna say we cannot, but it's kind of hard. So we don't have to detect the collision between a round object and a rectangle object. What we should do is we get a rectangle to represent our snow, just like so. And after that, the collision should be easy. So the collision between two rectangles should be like this. For example, we have a box 1 and a box 2. Condition number 1, if the left side of the box 2, let me say less 2, is bigger than the right side of a box 1, our collision should be false. This means that no matter we place our box 1, if as long as the left side of the box 2 is bigger than the right side of the box 1, we have no collision. It's completely no collisions here. Let's say something like this. Move it here, and gonna move it again. Please bear with me, man. Okay. Another condition is the top of the box 2. I'm gonna say top 2 is bigger than the bottom of box 1. In that case, it's gonna be no collisions. If we exchange box 2 and box 1, box 2 to box 1 and box 1 to box 2, we also get the same result. So this is gonna be the left side of box 1 bigger than the right side of box 2, and the top of box 1 bigger than bottom of box 2. It's gonna render no collision at all. Box 1, okay, sounds good. And after we check all of these conditions, render, we detect a collision here, true. Now that we know how a 2D collisions work, let's go back to our VS Code here, and I'm gonna create a new file. Let's say collisions. Our goal is to have a function that can detect a 2D collision. Let's say each two box collide, just like so. And we're gonna need a box 1 and also a box 2. Before we're gonna do that, we're gonna need a helper function to turn our snow to a box, and also our wind to a box also. To do that, before that, we're gonna need a type helper. The type definition for this box. We don't use JavaScript here, but we can use the JS doc to implement type here. This is all done by a command. As you can see, it is a JS doc command. It's not a JavaScript, but a JS doc command. It helps us just like JavaScript. I'm gonna say it's not params here. It's type definitions and type def, just like so. It's gonna be T box, and it's gonna be object, and our object is gonna have a property. Gonna say left, it's gonna be number, and copy it upon I'm gonna copy it upon a bunch of times. Let's say right, top, excuse me, bottoms, and X and Y. It's gonna be center X, it's gonna be center Y. And now so we need a functions, export function get box, and this function is gonna give us gonna return off of a B box type. Gonna say we're gonna center X, center Y, and width and H also. Let's give some title functions, just like so. This is gonna be add param, and this is gonna be H. Let's see X. It's gonna be number. And if we hover over our functions get box, we're gonna see our CX is a number because we give a JS document here, and width H, C is Y, center Y, width, and H here, I don't think we need this. And let's say what is left. Let's gonna be our cx minus width multiplied by 50%, and just like so, right is gonna be cx plus width multiplied by 50%, and top's gonna be cy minus h multiplied by 50%. The reason it is minus because our coordinate start from top to bottom, so the top is gonna be minus, we go up, that is why put minus here. And just like so, bottom is gonna be cy plus h multiplied by 0.5 here, and we're gonna return and say so, and also return a t box here, gonna return, and as spread control space here, it's gonna give us all the t box type here, as you can see. So we're gonna say left, right, top, bottoms. I just want to make it clear that less is here is left, and because the property and the value itself is the same, we don't have to write it twice here. It is convenient for a JavaScript. We just say it like so, and we get b box here. It's two b box collide. I'm gonna say some pronouns here, and this time is gonna t box here, and so t box. Let's go back to our drawings, and this condition is render no collision at all. So we have less top, right bottom. I'm gonna say is b1 dot left is greater than b2 dot right, gonna return false. We're gonna need a lot of conditions, so I'm gonna make it beautiful here, and b1 dot top also bigger than b2 dot bottoms, and all conditions here. So it's gonna be the same for b2, and let's change this to b2. It's gonna be b1. We don't have this, and if you don't meet one of the above conditions, it's gonna return true. And just like that, our 2D b box is 2b boxalized functions. We're gonna use the function in our, I'm gonna go to snow here. After we constrain our snow, we're gonna need another function to check let's say function is blown. I'm gonna say it's blown by winds. I think somebody is gonna like to be blown by wind. You don't say that a lot. You don't say that, man. It's blown by the wind, and gonna say we're gonna need our snow. Our snow gonna be gonna give some JS documents here. Our snow gonna be our snow instant, just like so. we're gonna get all the intelligence here. So I'm gonna say, let's say is touch here. Is touch we're gonna get is to vocalize. I'm gonna check whether this import include the extension JS. Yes, it is included extension. We don't have to do it. We're gonna get block 1 and block 2. So let's say snow block con snow block gonna be a get block. It's gonna be, you know what, I'm gonna give up a class that property. I'm gonna say get box here, and get box is a getter function, and our getter function gonna return get box, just like so. And ch, the center h gonna be this h, this dot h, and center y gonna be this dot y. Width it's gonna be this radius, this all multiplied by 2, and h gonna be this all multiplied by 2 also. Because it is a cycle, our snow is a cycle, so width gonna be twice our radius. H also gonna be the same. And go back to our win.js, gonna give them that property also. Get block is gonna be return get block, and VS Code auto import it from here, and I don't have to manually import it. Ch is gonna be, I don't know what kind of property we have here. XY with H, okay, that is all we need. This dot X, this dot Y, and this dot width, this dot H. The reason we don't have this width X, Y, and width property, because we reset it here, so VS Code doesn't know about these properties yet. To get VS Code to have all this auto intelligence, we gonna say something like so, like this: X, Y, width, and H. To show you what I mean by that, I'm gonna say this dot, we have X here, H and Y here, width and H, and if we don't give them this property, we don't have that auto intelligence here. You see what I mean, right? And I'm gonna go back, let's say it's here. Okay, back to our snow, and to load by the winds. Gonna get, we don't have to use the functions here. I'm gonna say snow dot block and state dot, we don't have that winds, we don't have our winds, so let's go to our index, and we have winds here, to follow our init canvas, init snow, to follow our rules here. I'm gonna give get another function to init winds here. So go to our winds, and I'm gonna say functions init winds, and this gonna be cut everything in here. Actually, we don't need to do so, but to follow our rules here, it is first we have to init everything, and then use it from our state letter. Okay, go to our winds, and this is gonna be winds, and state dot wind, it's gonna be wind here. So go to our state and give them some wind definitions. Winds gonna be undefined, and for our wind type it's gonna be import winds here. Dot winds, and just like that we have our winds, init winds. So go back to our index. Gonna say I forgot to export here. Gonna export it, and init winds just like that, and we can use it here. Let's say state winds, and also let's see what we got here. I don't a localhost 1500 500. Gonna inspect that. Gonna wait for our winds. Let's see. We don't have any errors yet, but we don't have our winds also. See again. I'm gonna lock our state here. Let's check what we got here. Winds. No, it's not wind state. Do we have our winds? Yeah, we have winds. Yes. And why don't we get it the last time? Okay, we got our winds, and we need to check the collision. So with our snow is tight. Gonna say state dot winds dot box, and if it is tight, gonna say something to our snow. Let's say when our snow is blown by the wind, I'm gonna set our wind velocity along x-axis. Gonna be the wind x, the wind velocity. So if not it's tight, I'm gonna return it. It is just my way of writing code here. We don't have any tight. We're gonna return function. That means that we didn't do anything, and this line from this line on, we make sure we sure that our wind is tied by our snow is tied by our winds, blown by our winds. So because this line here just says that if it is not tight, we do nothing, we return our function, and from this line on it is tight. We can also, we don't have to use the, we can use something like just like this. If is tight, we can put everything in here, but it's kind of with indentations here. So I just want to save some one-liner indentations. If tight, I'm gonna return. And it might be hard to read, but it's just my way of writing, my way of writing code. I kind of like this. I kind of like this way. So I'm gonna say from this line, our winds is blown. Okay. Let's say what do we got here. So I'm gonna say wind. No, snow dot vx gonna be our, okay, I'm gonna use a wind constant a lot, so I'm gonna say winds gonna be our state dot wind, and this wind's gonna be here, and gonna wind dot v. We don't have that vx. Okay, that is because our reset wind has vx also, but we don't put it here. It's gonna be vx, vy. What's that we got? Color, speed. Maybe we don't need that, so I just leave it there. Gonna go back to our snow wind.vx. As you can see, we have that auto intelligence here, vx here, and just like that. I think it is all. So we're gonna call that functions from here, and let's see what we got here. Do we have our collision yet? Collision. Yes. As you can see, it's beautiful. Beautiful here. Okay, our wind is, we don't have so much wind there. And why is that? Because our wind is on top of our canvas. I think that is why for the last time we don't see it. So I'm gonna do something with it. I'm gonna go back to our winds. When we reset it, where do we put it? In x coordinate, in y coordinate gonna be 0, and h minus wind at h. Our y coordinate should be something just like this. X coordinate is alright. I think test it again. Okay, I'm gonna give it a bit kind of faster than this, 3 times maybe. And it's not cool here because we have a lot of snow that's stuck to our edge of our wind. So I'm gonna solve that problems here. To solve that problem, first we need to go to our snow, and we're gonna add some property. This is blown. First gonna set it to fall, and then I'm gonna say something like this. Okay, we gonna do that. We don't have to use this here. If touch and snow that is blown, this gonna be something like this. It's touch and blown. We're gonna set our snow to the wind speed. Maybe say something like 50% or something. And our snow that is blown is gonna be fall. And we need to be blown by just one time. We don't have to be blown by the wind every time it is a collision here. We just need to be one time. And when we reset it, we do our reset. When we reset our snow particle, gonna reset it to snow that is blown, reset it to fall also. Otherwise our snow gonna be blown once, just one by our wind. So let's see what we got here. Okay, there's no blow here. This is because I made a mistake here. It's blown is equal to fall. And if you don't like this kind of writing, you can just say it here. It is the same, but this is how we read it. If snow is not blown, gonna say it is true. And when it's we touch by our wind, the snow is blown, and gonna set it to fall here. I think it works this time. You see, we don't have the snow stuck at the edge of our winds yet. Okay, so at the final render, I'm gonna say index. We don't have to render our winds because we don't see any wind in real life. All we see is the snow blown by the wind. Okay, you see the earth edge is here. I'm gonna see another snow. Yes. And that's it. And finally, let take a minute, take our heads also and appreciate what we have built here. We spent a lot of time to build this snow project, and so just take a minute to appreciate our works here. Yeah. Yes, man. Let's take a minute. I like to appreciate our work ultimately, so I also take my clothes off. I see nothing wrong. We appreciate things. We do things in our own way. I don't see anything wrong there. Yeah, there is nothing wrong until my uncle come in.